I'm actually really excited about today's video because of what I'm about to show you. I don't think I've ever seen a game so broken other than maybe Ocarina of Time, to the point where you could just destroy the game from the inside just from a basic few mechanics. I've actually never seen a game that has been able to get such a huge time difference between the tool-assisted speedrun and the human world records. You guys will understand how in-depth this game is and how crazy this game has really become. It's gone down from 2 hours down to about 6 minutes. Here is Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 is one of the most iconic games of all time, especially from Nintendo 64. After 23 years in the making, there are still things being discovered about this game that we just really never knew or couldn't confirm until we break the game down frame by frame to really examine the mechanics of it. A little warning, it's actually impossible for my software to line up exact frame by frame, so I do apologize, but it does correct itself after the first splice. A team of dedicated tool-assisted speedrunners have perfected the most optimal path that has been discovered recently, and it's almost nothing like the modern human speedrun playthrough due to the extreme frame-perfect and tool-assisted speedrun only tactics. We use the Japanese version as we are able to mash through more text with less frames, thus saving a few seconds overall. At the end of the video, the back-to-back comparison without my commentary will be available. So here's the basic breakdown of what's happening. So on the right we have the tool-assisted speedrun that does everything frame by frame perfect and will achieve the quickest mathematical way to beat the game with the help of a lot of people programming it frame by frame and using plenty of Excel sheets to confirm the optimizations. And on the left is the human speedrunner who's been practicing for months to try to achieve the world record. The human speedrunner typically will go through the main doors and jump on the bridge to bypass a cutscene that would be triggered if he walked through it normally. He doesn't lose any time here, and this saves about 30 seconds. So here's the first trick, where he jumps into the ceiling and an oversight from the game developers where the ground becomes a ledge and Mario is able to pick himself up even though he's behind a wall. The next trick is called a backwards long jump. Mario does a long jump but immediately reverses his direction to go backwards. And when Mario does a backwards long jump, he's able to immediately land on a tile and he can just jump on it again and again and gain a small speed boost, and it grows exponentially. Essentially what this does is it brings Mario's speed negative and forces him to teleport because it's so quick. The math is really complicated, I just don't want to bore you guys with the details, but the longer he does his backward long jump, the more he will travel so fast that he may warp himself through the map and continuously warp himself over and over until he gets the desired outcome. Because each map is only so big, about 65,000 tiles vertical and 65,000 tiles horizontal, he can continuously warp over and over, and this is why it's so hard for most human players to compete in this specific category. Luckily the speedrunner did do it first try. Another notable thing is backward long jumps only really work on unflat ground or platforms that are moving in an upwards position. Instead of having enough stars to get through that Bowser door, he is able to teleport himself past it due to the high negative speed gain he just gained while performing the glitch, which saves him about 20 minutes from casual gameplay. He proceeds to get through the next Bowser door and level, cutting corners and avoiding monsters through muscle memory.
That's it. Or just main category world records.
He head bonks to save time as he continues to fall at the same speed. This saves him about 2 minutes overall from casual gameplay.
You're right. Dude, I just want to get one run with this SBLJ, and I'll be a happy pony.
He defeats Bowser, jumps back into the room to quit, and teleports himself, which saves a few seconds. He uses the key he just obtained to gain access to the basement. He saves about 25 minutes of gameplay compared to a casual playthrough. That's just amazing. He uses the stairs to backwards long jump and clip through the wall and goes through the next level. He saves about 30 minutes of gameplay compared to a casual playthrough. So he gets to this stage at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Let's see what the tool-assisted speedrun path looks like. So instead of going through the front door here, the TAS is actually going to take a path where he has to teleport directly to the basement, which is located underwater. Unfortunately, you cannot open doors underwater, so he has to clip himself through the door, and in order to achieve this, he has to be on land that is proportionate to where he's at and teleport himself to the desired spot. In order to do this, he will backwards long jump into the warp zone. He gets on top of this platform and has a second or so to spare, and he backwards long jump enough to the point where he wants to land and get through the level. He continues to have this momentum as we see here, where he exits the level, swims through the mountain, if you want to call it that. He triggers the open door animation and the game is confused, so it warps him under the basement where he wanted to go. At this point, there's no collision point in the wall, so he can just go right through it and forces himself in the water, swimming to shore. And of course, traveling on land is faster than water. He kicks the wall and slides into position, which is a little bit quicker than just going down the normal slide, and proceeds to backwards long jump into the next Bowser level. Now, both the human speedrunner and the tool-assisted speedrunner are at the same exact time, and they're about 1 minute and 20 seconds difference. Hey, side note guys, if you are enjoying this video so far, I plan on making a ton of different videos like this, so please consider hitting that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I plan on doing some human-to-human comparisons, so be ready to see those. Now we go back to the human speedrunner. He does lose some frames compared to the tool-assisted speedrun here as well. The teleport here is a glitch where the game will incorrectly assume Mario is within grabbing distance, but only checks if Mario is under the ceiling. It doesn't check if the ceiling is directly above him, so it does teleport Mario up. Does mess up by hitting the lava twice and loses about a second or so. Now we move on to the tool-assisted speedrun. He uses glitches to teleport himself and then uses the moving platform to backwards long jump into the teleporting spot that leads to Bowser's lair. Now back to the human. Bowser's grab box isn't active until the land stops moving. He loses the few frames from the slow grab, and then he loses some frames from the unoptimal throw. Now we go back to the tool-assisted speedrun. The backwards long jump isn't just for show, but it does line him up frame perfect to grab Bowser, and he does a perfect throw. He switches cameras like this to save about 2 frames of lag. Now back to the human speedrunner. He goes back through the level, quits, and saves about 10 seconds from the casual run to the next level. He uses the second Bowser key that he obtained to get through the door, He jumps through the ceiling because the ledge is grabbable at that angle and saves about 30 seconds. He does another successful backwards long jump and saves about a minute of animation. This saves a significant amount of time because of the star requirement to get through that door initially. Now we go back to the tool-assisted speedrun. He fixes the camera continuously to save a frame of lag. This tool-assisted speedrun uses the same ceiling glitch and backwards long jump into the third Bowser level, just a lot more optimally. Surprisingly, this part of the run is actually pretty standard for both players and tool-assisted speedruns. The tool-assisted speedrun just finds a little bit more optimal pathing due to the backwards long jump that are just pretty much impossible for humans to perform. The human did lose about 2 seconds from that missed jump though. The human speedrunner got hurt and wasted about 2 seconds again. So overall, a really good run from the human speedrunner. About 11 seconds or so. Total mistakes from the human. He made a mistake on mistiming the pipe jump. He got hurt from Bowser. He missed a few frames here and there from not throwing Bowser correctly, or just missing a few frames from the mistimed jump. He probably beat the game about 3 hours faster than 99% of people, and when you compare him to a tool-assisted speedrun, it just looks like he's just getting beat. When he's able to beat about 99% of speedrunners in this category, it's safe to say that he's pretty damn good. So the tool-assisted speedrun is about 2 minutes and 16 seconds quicker than the human speedrunner due to the TAS only button pressing, angle optimization, backwards long jumping, and frame perfect things that humans just can't do or can't do consistently. Alright guys, don't leave yet. Check out the back-to-back comparison of each run. You guys will actually see how crazy it is.
It's me, Mario!
Dude, I just want to get one run with this SBLJ, and I'll be a happy pony. Dude, well, the thing is, even with speedrunning this game, I feel like thumbnail's not gonna make a difference. I think thumbnail more comes down to, like, reaction, cheesy-ass video type things. When it comes down to a speedrun, I feel like a thumbnail is not gonna matter that much. Other videos, yeah. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This run sucks.
Thank you so much for to playing my game.